An emergency bill to save British steel from shuttering down has cleared the House of Commons and is now being debated in the House of Lords. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer met British steel workers near the Scunthorpe plant shortly after the Steel Industry Special Measures Bill passed the lower house unopposed. He said steel workers have been the backbone of British steel for years. A full nationalisation of the UK's last maker of virgin steel is becoming increasingly likely after the latest developments. Fuzail Ahmed reports.
United Kingdom, once the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution, now faces a major crisis in its steel industry. UK lawmakers returned to Parliament on Saturday from the Easter break to pass emergency legislation for rescue of country's last remaining steel factory, British Steel.
Now, we've been really clear that this is legislation in the national interest because I judged yesterday that it was right that we acted immediately. And you and your colleagues, for years been the backbone of British Steel, and it's really important that we recognise that. And I felt it was very important today, having been in Parliament this morning, to come straight up here to see you face to face.
Both the Commons and the Lords took part in the debate to pass emergency legislation. British Steel was already struggling in an oversupplied global market before the rise in energy costs of recent years. US tariffs of 25% on all steel imports taking effect in March delivered another blow. US President Trump announced a 25% tariff on US import of steel, aluminium, and derivative goods, which came into force from 12 March 2025. This repeals an exemption of a 25% tariff on steel and 10% tariff on aluminium imports to the US, which the UK government reached with the Biden administration in 2022. UK Steel expects the tariff will affect UK exports to the US negatively. British Steel's plant in Scunthorpe, Lincolnshire, employs 2,700 people, about three-quarters of the company's entire workforce. It is the last plant in the UK capable of producing virgin steel, which is used in the major construction projects like buildings and railways. Two huge blast furnaces are used to produce the steel, which has fewer imperfections than the recycled steel made elsewhere in the country. Were the plant to cease producing virgin steel, then the UK would become the only member of the G7 group of leading economies without the ability to make it, a prospect the government views as a risk to the country's long-term economic security. Steel was first made at Scunthorpe in 1890, and if the closure goes ahead, Britain would no longer have any blast furnaces. 6 months ago, Tata Steel blast furnaces at Port Talbot were closed with 2,800 jobs lost. Fuzail Ahmed reports for DD India.